Mr. Speaker, just last week, the Judiciary Committee heard from moms whose daughters were brutally assaulted and murdered by illegal aliens who have been welcomed into our country by President Biden and Vice President Harris. The statistics tell us how broad this threat has become, but the individual cases tell us how deep and painful it is. It seems that every few days, we learn of little girls and young teens or moms abducted by illegals, raped by illegals, and murdered by illegals, none of whom have any right to be here, and all of whom have been trafficked into our country by this administration's policies. And these entirely preventable tragedies will continue as long as these policies continue. You know, the Democrats often talk about the war on women over abortion or employment policy, but it seems they couldn't care less about allowing into our country a flood of sexual offenders, domestic violence offenders, and child abusers, and allowing them to stay indefinitely free from any fear of deportation. And when these monsters commit these ghastly acts, and their grief-stricken moms appear before our committee, the Democrats put on their best long faces, assure everyone how much they grieve with the families, and then argue to continue precisely the same policies that have produced this nightmare in the first place. H.R. 7909, the Violence Against Women by Illegal Aliens Act, removes any loopholes in current law and requires that illegal aliens who commit sex offenses or domestic violence are not to be allowed into this country anymore and must be immediately removed from our country when they're found, period. The Democrats say this is duplicative of existing law. Well, if that's true, why do they oppose it? The Democrats say it's unnecessary. We'll tell that to the growing numbers of families who are paying the butcher's bill for these open border policies. I reserve the balance of my time.